looking and feeling your best at any age channel. Just thought I'd stop by with a quick tip talking about apple cider vinegar. Actually, I was at the grocery store and I was buying some more of Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and for health benefits you want the one that's cloudy with what's called the mother. It looks absolutely terrible, but if you get, like, say, the Heinz apple cider vinegar that's clear, all of the good stuff has been taken out of it, so that's not the kind that people are recommending that you drink and you hear people talk about. And every time I buy it from the grocery store, usually a person from the Middle East or someone who's Indian is like, oh yeah, that's a good thing, I take it myself. But most people don't take it as much as I do. They might do it once a day or a few times a week. However, I have found it to be the answer to the problem that I was having with acid reflux. As you know, I'm 51. It started right as I turned 40, like only when I would act, kind of excessive. Say if I were on vacation and I had pizza with a lot of red sauce, and then I might have had a couple of Red Bulls during the week to stay awake and to enjoy the vacation, and then add a little chocolate to it, and heaven help you if you add a fried food or something to it, then that was enough, to have almost all of the culprits. Fortunately, I don't drink, because alcohol is another culprit that causes you to have symptoms, and then next thing you know, you're in the doctor's office and they're running tests. They're doing all sorts of EKGs and stress tests on your heart and doing ultrasounds and things, looking to see if you're having a heart issue. And then after all the battery of tests are done, you've had 2 weeks of feeling like a fist was in your diaphragm, then all of a sudden they say, Mrs. Gray, what do you eat? Then when I tell them what I ate, then all of a sudden they were saying, well, try this Nexium. I was like, oh no, I'm old, Nexium. And so, but anyway, believe it or not, that Nexium, 2 doses of it, and I was feeling better. The doctor actually called me while I was at the movie theater, and he said, Mr. Gray, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. He said, I was worried about you because he was thinking I could have had pancreatitis. And it was funny because he said, do you drink? And I said, no, I don't drink. And he said, are you sure? Not even a little? And I'm like, sir, I'm not scared of you. I can tell you if I drink, or not. What benefit is there to lie? But he said that the symptoms that I had sounded like pancreatitis, but the Nexium took care of the situation. Then a year later, again on vacation, I had like these chocolate covered ice cream bars along with the Red Bull and the pizza. If I combined those types of things during a week, I would wind up at the hospital, or at the doctor rather, and then after again doing all these tests, and because it was like over a year after, all of a sudden you forget what it could be, and then finally they're like, well, Mrs. Gray, what do you eat? And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. So then they said, well, how about this? When you go on vacation, if you combine those irritants, that cause gastritis or whatever, like chocolate, caffeine, red sauces, grease, then maybe you should take like Prilosec with you, and you could take it a few days or whatever. So that kind of started a period of me abusing Prilosec, actually, because I like to eat chocolate, and to say that I'm not going to is kind of ridiculous, which is why I'm on the treadmill at least 5 days a week. So the thing of it is, this is a recurring problem, and praise the Lord, for the last 2 years, in June it'll be 2 years, I haven't had any Prilosec or any problems like that related to acid reflux. And I owe it all to Bragg's apple cider vinegar, which is why when I travel, like I'm going to do tomorrow, I go with 3 bottles. I'm going to be gone for 3 days. So I fill the bottles like what I do, and I don't want you to do what I do, but obviously I don't have enough stomach acid. That's my time. But anyway, obviously I don't have enough stomach acid to handle, some of the irritants to, I guess, your gastric lining of your stomach. So apple cider vinegar is acidic, which is why you need water with it. So this is 4 tablespoons for a 16-ounce bottle of water. So this is for Friday, this is for Saturday, and then this will be for Sunday. So what I usually do is pour out about 2 ounces of the water, and normally I would measure it, but for the sake of time, and also just after having done it 2 times already, I'm just going to add some of the apple cider vinegar, so that like right before a meal I can actually drink this and not have to mix it. But just in case something were to happen to these bottles, I also take like at least one 2-ounce travel size bottle with the apple cider vinegar in it. And believe me, this has just been a lifesaver. I actually prayed and asked the Lord for a solution, because I know that all the bad things that are associated with those acid blockers, like kidney problems, as well as your bones being weak, because you need stomach acid in order to break down calcium so your bones can absorb it. So anyway, when I travel, it was funny, some people, when they stop taking the acid blockers, they have an effect called rebound or whatever. And so this guy on YouTube, on my old channel, the Information Queen channel, he asked me if I experienced any rebound syndromes. I have not. And I told him because I treat it seriously. It's as if a doctor recommended that I take a medicine. I know now that for me personally, I need to drink 8 to 10 ounces of water with 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And so, like, most of the time when I'm traveling, I may not eat 3 meals, so I have at least 2, this is 2 servings, but if for one day that I eat 3, like maybe I could have half of this for one meal and half for another. And so that should get me through a weekend trip. Now, if I should ever have any slight twinges in my diaphragm, which is what my symptom was, to wind up going back to Prilosec, I usually use Swedish bitters as well, but I rarely use this. It's just as a backup, and so I travel with a little of this. And all of these products that I'm mentioning, you can find apple cider vinegar at your grocery store. You can also find it at GNC. The Swedish bitters product, you would find it at the Vitamin Shop. And one other thing that I need to mention, since we're talking about me being able to have the stomach acid that I need to enjoy certain items like this. I'm taking my Entenmann's chocolate covered donuts because I'll probably have a few of these on the trip. So this will be the backup in case I have any problems. But so far, unfortunately, I haven't had any problems. But the last thing is the Vitamin Shop also carries Super Enzymes by Twinlab. And so I take 2 of these with each meal. And that has, praise the Lord, completely eradicated any problems that I've had with acid reflux. Now, regarding the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, where people claim that it causes weight loss, I haven't seen it. And in fact, I was laughing with a lady at the grocery store, telling her that hasn't been a result. She was saying she was trying to lose her belly and that's why she was drinking it. I said, unfortunately, I haven't seen any evidence of this causing you to lose weight. The only thing that I've had that's given me success in losing or maintaining my weight has been the treadmill. So don't believe the claims that this is some magical elixir that'll make you lose weight, because I don't think that it does. But I think that it does help to stabilize blood sugar, and there are other things I think it helps to fight, maybe like yeast in the body. I'm not quite sure of all the effects, but Google it for yourself and find out. And hopefully this will help you look and feel your best at any age, because I know, even though this is a pain in the butt before I travel every time, and when I fly, I take at least 3 of these. And you can get on a plane with these in a Ziploc bag. You can't get on a plane with any of these though. So anyway, this helps me to feel my best at any age, regardless of what I eat, which is a good and a bad thing. But just wanted to share that for anybody out there who is in need of that information. Well, thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Looking forward to sharing more tips with you in the very near future to help you look and feel your best at any age. Thanks so much. Bye.